There are various modes through which we communicate with each other. In the past, these took form of handwritten messages, typewritten messages, short telegrams, computer encoded texts, as well as landline telephone conversations or audio and video recorded messages. Because each mode of communication is distinct from one another, the ways in which we craft our messages differ. For example, there is a greater tendency for us to write longer, more visually detailed message if we encode it using a computer. If we handwrite the same message or deliver it through an audio recording, the message will not be the same. Today, with the rapid rise and spread of the internet connectivity, the old forms of communication have given way to new forms that make communication easier and faster. According to study, Filipinos spend more time on social media sites than anyone else in the world. They are going online roughly 4 hours and 17 minutes in a day. Filipinos spend most of their time on sites such as Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter, while Brazilians and Argentinians followed closely behind, spending 3 hours and 43 minutes or 3 hours and 32 minutes on social media respectively. The United States, where many of these social media players were found, is among the bottom half, with Americans spending an average of just 2 hours and 6 seconds per day. The least active were the Japanese, who log on an average of 40 minutes daily. It is probably due to some cultural dynamics that made us the text messaging capital of the world. This was according to Ramon Isberto, who is the spokesperson of PLDT and SMART, referring to mobile phone text messaging in the past decade. Filipinos really like to keep in touch. The Philippines' social media usage was in stark contrast to its internet speed. According to reports, the Philippines have an average fixed-line broadband speed of 4.2 megabits per second, which appeared to be the poorest among the Southeast Asian countries. The fastest was Korea with 26.3 Mbps, while its citizens just spend about 1 hour and 11 minutes per day on social media. According to the report, the Philippines' internet and social media users grew over 25%, up to 13 million and 12 million over the last year. Mobile was also fast growing, accounting for 38% of all web traffic in the country. The Philippines so far had a social media penetration rate of 58%, higher than the average of 47% in Southeast Asia. Around the world, internet users grew 10%, or an additional of 354 million people, while active social media users jumped 21%, or an additional of 482 million. Global active netizens using mobile phones and other devices surged 30%, or another 581 million people.